All you gotta do is shoot. Johnny's band or Travis or what?
What she wants out of the whole parade. Here you go. You pretty horsey.
You like the horsey, Allison? You did.
Yeah, see, Daddy, I could ride that thing right now.
Township trustee, Rebecca Lodge. Isn't this a beautiful day for such a nice occasion? And I would personally like to thank you today on a holiday to take part in this service. I know from experience what a job it is to get the band together. So we want to let you know we appreciate it. Memorial Day, sometimes called Decoration Day, has really had its beginning during the Civil War days when some Southern ladies in the state of Virginia decided to decorate the graves of the fallen soldiers from both the Union and the Confederate armies. In 1868, May the 30th was designated by Congress as the day to decorate the Union soldiers' graves only, and the GAR was responsible for conducting these services. After World War II, this duty was passed to the American Legion. Interestingly enough, Memorial Day is a legal holiday in most states, but on different dates in the southern states. Some celebrate on April the 26th, some on May the 10th, and some on June the 3rd. that being the birthday of the Confederacy President Jefferson Davis. Special military services are held on May the 30th at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington Cemetery and at Gettysburg National Park in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, where Abraham Lincoln delivered his famous Gettysburg Address in November 1863. I was fortunate enough to hear President Eisenhower speak at Arlington Cemetery near Washington, D.C. when on one of the many senior class trips that we sponsored in the past. It is only in recent years that families began decorating the graves of loved ones on Memorial Day, and that is quite prevalent here today in this beautiful cemetery with all these flowers. Here in the Gratis community, the Oddfellows Lodge has been responsible for planning these services that have always been very impressive in honoring the veterans buried here, along with family and friends of local area citizens that have also been laid to rest in these peaceful surroundings. The large stone here on our right was placed here by the members of the Gratis Supper Club, a forerunner of the Gratis Booster Club following World War II. The bronze plaque on it is in honor of the young men that paid their supreme sacrifice in all wars. What does Memorial Day really mean to you here in attendance today? This cemetery, named Fairview Cemetery, was purchased by Gratis Township trustees in 1870 and has always been well kept by those with that responsibility. It has always been a part in my life in that I was born and raised on the farm adjoining the cemetery to the west. So my brothers and sisters were born at that home place, and we were all delivered by Dr. Kroon, the local family country doctor, who is buried here in this cemetery. We used to cut across the cemetery on the way to school when we did not ride the bus. So I can remember running quite fast by this cemetery at night for when we was coming home from basketball practice or some other school activities because of the scariest stories about ghosts that we heard as youngsters. The memory of family, friends, former classmates, students, and staff members that are buried here come to my mind at this time. My grandparents, my parents, and an immediate family members are at rest here. My wife and I have our grave marker already here, so the Fairview Cemetery and Memorial Day services here in Gratis will always be a special time in our family. Several outstanding people, men, women, and children, too numerous to mention, have been laid to rest here, along with the many veterans of all wars, including the Civil War. Gratis history shows that the first white female child born in Preble County was born in Gratis Township, died in 1894, and was buried in this cemetery. She was Rebecca Phillips Brubaker. Veterans' graves here are marked by American flags, and many of the graves have bronze plaques marking that site. The flags have been placed here by the Oddfellows Lodge members, and unfortunately, some of these flags have been stolen from graves sites here in the past. Many veterans are here today to help pay tribute to those that have paid the price for liberty. My parents had a deep concern during World War II, as they had 4 sons in the service at the same time. By God's will, we all returned, for which we are very thankful, because some were not so fortunate. So it is in their honor that we are remembering here today. The scriptures say in Matthew 24:6 that there will always be wars and rumors of wars until Christ returns. So we will always have veterans to honor as our sons and daughters continue to serve this country, and many will pay the supreme sacrifice of their lives as it has happened in the past. We can only hope and pray that peace will prevail throughout the world, with only rumors of wars rather than actuality, as we can all visualize the devastation of a nuclear war. Pray to God that this never happens. Nothing is impossible if we keep our faith in God. Someone buried here was probably very influential in your life. It is your responsibility to remember them here today. We are each responsible for the type of life we live. Memorial Day is a day to look back and remember those that have passed away, but I've always been one to believe that we should look towards the future and our lives in such a manner that we can set a good example for someone that will carry on after we are gone. You may never know what youngster may be looking to you as a role model. No greater tribute can be paid to you as an adult or a parent than for your child to proudly tell someone else, "That's my dad, that's my mom, or that's my friend," rather than being apologetic for your reputation. We need to leave a legacy with our younger generation that exemplifies faith in God, faith in our nation and its leaders, faith in our family, and especially faith in themselves. We need to urge our youth to not destroy their lives by misusing drugs and alcohols. A distorted mind can cause depression, destruction, unhappiness in a person's life. This, as a result, not only can ruin the life of an individual, but the lives of family members, friends, and can lead to the declining of moral standards that could eventually destroy this nation. The fight against drugs and social diseases is the responsibility of the home, schools, churches, and citizens of all communities. Many youth are asking for help in different ways. Do you hear them? It is hard to accept or understand the death of a teenager, whether by accident, drugs, or by sickness or suicide. We need to attack problems rather than individuals. We can help them by setting a good example in our daily living. Yes, there are many things for the people of this community to be proud. The churches, the schools, civic organizations, volunteer fire department, emergency squad, library, and also the majority of the citizens, including our youth. Remember that the youth of today will be the leaders as we go into the 20th century about 12 years from now. It was mentioned at the alumni banquet last night that the local school granted its first diploma in May 1888, 100 years ago, to Harvey Brubaker, and he is buried in this cemetery. It was 75 years ago, in May 1913, that the first alumni banquet was held in Gratis and has met every year since. The village was called Winchester, and the high school was Winchester Union when that first diploma was issued to a class of 2 graduates. I was associated with the local school for more than 45 years as a student, teacher, coach, and superintendent until my retirement in 1977. I have many fond memories of my classmates, students, staff members, and it was highlighted by the Gratis Trojans going all the way to the state finals in basketball in March 1957. Call it Gratis, Winchester, or whatever you may. This community has produced many outstanding citizens that have gone out into the world and contributed in every walk of life in an effort to make this nation a better place to live. People of all ages and many professions, including soldiers, sailors, Marines, and Coast Guardmen, have lived here and have been laid to rest here or in many other cemeteries. They were down-to-earth, good American citizens. The majority of them did not leave millions of dollars or large estates, but they did leave a good name and high moral standards that are worth more than riches to those of us whom they touched while living. The floral tributes presented here today from local organizations is symbolic of the honor and tribute paid to those that have gone to meet their master in the past. The local churches have united together in union services at special times during the year, especially at Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving. These are all trademarks of a successful community that is interested in the welfare of their citizens. Yes, let's not forget the veterans and the citizens that have helped in some way or another to make this a better community in which to live. Let's pledge that we will help to make it even better for those that follow us in years to come by passing these heritages to future citizens from this small community of Gratis, Ohio, in the United States of America. May God continue to bless each and every one of you, and may we be worthy of these blessings. I want to thank the Oddfellows Lodge for this service and allowing me to be a part of it today. Thank you.
Our thanks to you, Mr. Kiracofe. And as I am thanking, I would like to thank Fred Schmidt from Kansas for providing the sound system. I have no idea how long he has been bringing the sound system over here, but now it's quite a few years. And also the Veterans of Foreign Wars for presenting the Honor Guard, and they will give our...
You'll see it when the chords come.
three things came to my mind when I first heard about this. First, it's why me? I know a lot of senior citizens in Preble County that have done a lot of work, and I know that there's a lot of qualified people that deserve this honor also, so I will accept this on behalf of the senior citizens in Preble County. And the second thing, when I heard this, I just finished playing around the golf in Florida, and I told my wife, I said, I don't know whether I'm qualified or not. I'm supposed to be over 65. And my wife heard me say it, and she said, well, Albert, remember, you had your 76th birthday in December, and we've been married 51 years. You are certainly well qualified for this award. And then third, when they told me it's going to be held on the courthouse steps, or outside, I got to thinking about some of the Western movies that I had seen and some of the stories that I'd read about the courthouse law. So when I got back to Preble County, I came in to see my good friend Sharon Shute, the clerk of the Greasers, and I said, Sharon, what is this going on there? Are they going to build a scaffold on the lawn? So this morning, she said, well, Sharon said, not to my knowledge. So this morning when my wife and I got here, we looked around outside to see if there was a scaffold. So there's no scaffold, so I guess there won't be a hanging here this morning. And yes, I have enjoyed my years, 17 years that I've retired. I know I've been quite busy, but there's satisfaction in giving of your service where it's possible that you can help someone maybe less fortunate. My family and my church had taught me that it's one of the responsibilities of being a Christian and a citizen of the community is to help wherever you can. And our good Lord said, when you do it unto the least of these, you have done it unto me. And so with that in mind, I remember it's nice to be important, but it's very important to be nice. And I've tried to do that, Doc. And so I hope that I can be a good representative of the senior citizens of Preble County this coming year. And I appreciate the fact that my family and friends are here this morning to help celebrate in receiving this honor. Thank you.
Act like you're happy.
They are. They're all right. That's our, he's number one.
Okay, everybody smile and say cheese.
Albert, you want your colored glasses off so we can see your eyes?
I couldn't see the table up there.
I saw you holding on to it. Now.
Well, everybody looks real nice.
Yeah. Can you read the writing on the thing if he turns it around or not?
That would be pretty tough, I think.
I think so. Might glare, doesn't it? Oh, handsome bunch. Big old seal.
Near Sangerville, Virginia, in Augusta County on February the 12th, 1881. He died September the 6th, 1965 at the age of 84 years, 7 months, and 4 days. He came to Ohio in 1902.
Alfred, I guess you maybe better come. I moved my that their
Who's the
words
podium?
because they say they can't hear.
Well, you see,
You're up here.
Now, right about in here.
we're at sea now, so the tip moves around. You have to get where you hear.
Talk loud.
We'll talk loud.
Like you used to do when you called the hall.
He came to Ohio in 1902 and worked in Preble County with one of his brothers. There he met and married Lucy B. Easy on December the 22nd, 1904 in West Alexander, Ohio. Lucy preceded him in death on August 28, 1959. To this union, 11 children were born, all surviving except Louise Patton. Grace Schaefer, Helen Brubaker, Betty Willis, all are gratis. Virginia Schaefer, Myron Burke, Edith Snyder, 5 sons, Howard Mountberg, Clayton and Sidney, and the twins, Eugene and Huntington, and the twins, Albert and Alfred and Ethan. Also surviving are 32 grandchildren, 10 great-grandchildren, whom they love very dearly, and many other relatives and friends. Luther spent the years from 1904 to 1943 engaged in farming near Gratis, where he retired and moved into the village during the wartime. At this time, he spent much time visiting with his family that were spread throughout the United States, serving the services of their country. Luther was a member of the Church of the Brethren since coming to Ohio, which he served in all capacities till the time of his death. He loved his church and served it loyally. During the time of his children were in schools, he served the Gratis Board of Education for nearly 20 years. He served the community of Gratis as its mayor for 2 terms, interested much in its progress. He was a charter member of the Gratis Lions Club organized in 1957 and charter member of the Gratis Booster Club. He served them well in their work in the betterment of the community and enjoyed the hard work and giving up of all he could to the enjoyment for others. And then I had another article here, but this is your day. I wrote up an article just by coincidence and by luck. It was for Christmas 1964. And we had Dad up to the front of the hall where we had this deal, and they called it "This Is Your Life." So I'll leave this lay here, and then you can look that over.
No, read it.
Okay, this is your life. And as I say, that's Dad's last Christmas with the family. Yes, Dad, this is your day. On Christmas Day 1964, 58 years ago, you and Mother celebrated your first Christmas together with the family. One baby daughter to brighten your Christmas spirit. Here it is, 50 years.